Hey everyone, it's me, Karalyn, with Everything Music with Karalyn, with special guest, world-renowned bass player David Pastorius. Thank you for joining us today. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
I really wanted to start with, when did you start playing bass and how did you choose the bass?
Okay, so I started playing bass at 15. Most people think it's because of Jocko, but Jocko actually passed when I was 10. And back in the day, I met Jocko that I can remember maybe twice. So, and when he passed away, I was 10, like I just said. But then five years later, my buddy in school, Sam, I went to his house one day. He just happened to be a bass player, and he pulled out his bass and started playing like the Chili Peppers version of Higher Ground. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And I remember being like, what instrument is that? And he was like, it's a bass, you idiot. That's and I'm like, oh, wow, that's awesome. So that right there, Sam is what inspired me originally, Sam Griffith, to play bass. And then, of course, after that, you know, I got into Jocko. He's definitely an influence. But at first, it was like Robert Trujillo, Flea. It was like punk metal kind of background, which I'm glad I came into it that way. Yeah, I'm way happier that it went that way as opposed to being like a jazz fusion guy. Even though people think I am a jazz fusion guy, but I'm really, which is fine, but I'm really into a lot more heavier stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that's how I started.
So you say that your style is more of the like heavier.
I think. I mean, yeah. I'm into rock. I'm into metal. I'm into jazz. I'm into all that stuff too. But I'm just saying, like my original roots was definitely more of a punk metal background.
Okay.
Which I think has been a good thing.
Okay.
So,
yeah. I kind of
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, because it's like I don't want to be
stuff,
anybody else. We all want to be our own person.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah. Because with the last name though, people originally assume like, oh, you do this or you do that.
And your uncle must have gotten you into this
Yeah,
or something.
yeah. He taught you everything you know. And I'm like, well, actually, no, not that would have been awesome, but you know, he did.
Came into it myself. So.
Yeah, but same when I first started playing bass, looking back, yeah, of course. Then I dived into like listening to Jocko and realized what an amazing player he was and why he was considered the greatest.
Right.
You know,
You're like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah,
okay,
it was.
I understand.
And that time, I mean, music's subjective, so there's no right or wrong. But you know, I get why a lot of people feel the way they do about Jocko.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. You grew into the appreciation.
Definitely.
Of him. Yeah.
Definitely.
So once you started playing bass when you were 15, and your influences were Flea and Robert Trujillo and everything, where did you take it from there?
Right there, I remember just like learning songs, like sitting in my room and just trying to get sounds out of it, like which was kind of cool. Like I didn't really have formal training or teaching, you know, like went to school for it, which is good. Although everyone learns from everyone, kind of thing.
Right.
So self-taught's kind of, I mean, I guess you could say self-taught, but I had a VHS tape of it was Stu Ham and Louis Johnson, and I remember watching their videos back and forth, just pausing, like playing something, rewind, watching what their hands are. I was really into it, and so I went with that and just learning songs and this and that. And then like I was 17 when I joined my first band, which is another band called Fleshy Headed Mutants, which was a local band.
Saw that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were playing locally.
Yeah.
Here,
those guys were killer. I mean, even by today when I listen back to some of that, I was like, those guys were amazing. So yeah, I was 17. Chuck T was the guitar player who actually taught me a lot of slap stuff too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was cool getting to learn from guys like right off the bat.
That's awesome.
Getting to hang with those guys, yeah, it was cool.
And so, like, did you play local venues
Yeah.
here?
Back in the day, there was a place called the Asylum. We used to play a lot, which is right up here on the corner of was it Wickham and Aurora, that plaza in there. Which I saw a lot of bands there. I saw Korn there. I saw 311 there. There was Faith No More played there. Jesus was there. My first concert I went to as a teenager was there with Ugly Kid Joe.
Oh yeah,
I saw them there.
I remember
Yeah.
Ugly Kid Joe. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yep.
Oh, too bad that's not there anymore.
Yeah.
We need more stuff like that around.
No,
here.
definitely. It was a cool venue.
Yeah. So throughout the years, I know you played local 518, Pat Travers.
Yep.
What's your repertoire?
Well, I did. I got local 518. That's been going on since like 2000, 2005. Yeah, I don't know. I'm horrible with years, but it's me and Alex Petrosky have been playing together for a long time, and so probably easily 20 years. But so I've done that for a long time. That's off and on in between other projects. But Pat Travers, yeah. Prior to that was Tech Nine. I played with Tech Nine for 2 years. And I've done with Carl Palmer, did a tour with him. I've done things with Eric Gales. And there's other local bands back in the day. Honey Spot, a thing called Bongwater Taffy I played with for a while.
Oh wow.
Bunch of
I remember Elephant
Elephant
Gun. Yeah, I remember Elephant
Man,
Gun.
Elephant Gun was awesome too.
Yes, I remember watching you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching you guys. Like I'd be playing at the Beach Shack, and you guys go over at the Hunger Down, or vice versa.
Trevor killed it. Like he had a great voice.
Yeah. I remember that. Now I know you would go over to Japan.
I went to Japan. I went to Japan with Local 518 one time. They brought us over there.
Okay.
But prior to that, I went over there because I played on a thing called the Jaco Pastorius Big Band Revisited album, and I played on a track. And they ended up doing a Japan tour. Asked me if I wanted to come along and play. I was only like 2 songs a night, but it was cool. It was great. And I ended up meeting the guys from the label that ended up signing Local 518 to bring us over there. So it worked out really good.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny how that worked out. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
wow.
cool.
Wow. So I've also seen that you go up to, you were just up in Illinois doing that?
Yeah, we did it was Fox Point Theater in Lansing, Illinois. It was some biker like car show thing. It was cool.
Yeah.
And it was like we had Danny Coker from Counting Cars, the TV show.
Oh,
His
cool.
band opened. Played
Oh,
right
wow.
before we did. Those guys are awesome. I've known those guys for a while. Really good guys. Killer band too. Really awesome. Yeah.
Was that with Local 518?
That was Pat Travers.
With Pat Travers?
Yeah,
Okay.
Pat Travers, yeah.
Okay.
Just did 1 show. We're going back up next week. We got 4 shows up that way. So
Oh,
we're
wow.
doing, I think, Ohio. We got 2 shows in Ohio, 1 show in Illinois, and then 1 show in Iowa, I think. Something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
You drive on out there and.
Fly up and then get a
Oh,
rental
nice.
car drive. Alex drives.
Oh, cool.
Alex drives pretty much all of them. It's very rare.
He's the designated
I'm
driver.
there to drive if needed be, but I think he likes driving too. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine.
Yeah, I prefer a driver too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the van driver. That's cool.
And he's a great driver, so.
Yeah.
It's not Pat driving.
Oh, Pat, it's not.
No, I mean, well, I mean, yeah.
Drive is not.
Pat. I
That's not a talent.
I don't know.
I saw too that you played on a No Effect song.
Yeah.
That's
that just
cool.
came out. That was, it was funny how I met him. That was in Vegas. I was doing a bass clinic thing, and he ended up there. Like, he was standing there, like, watching me. And I remember playing and looking up and seeing him, like, I know that guy from somewhere. Who is that guy? Because honestly, I don't know much about No Effects. I've heard of Fat Mike and I've seen Fat Mike, you know what I mean, who he is. But as far as our music, my little brother was really excited because he loves that stuff. But so I was like, he was like, after I got done playing, he came up to me, he's like, bro, I love your playing. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, you play bass too, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, who do you play with? And he's like, No Effects. And I'm like, that's right.
That's where you knew.
And then he was like, we ended up trading info, and he asked me while I was there if I could come out to the place and record on the song. I'm like, sure.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So it's funny because it's actually him playing in the verse part, the very beginning verse part, and then I take over from like the chorus out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's two. There's
It's
both of
me,
you on it.
which is
Okay.
in a way to me it's cooler because I'm playing with that mic.
Wow.
It's kind of neat, you know.
Oh, how cool is that?
And he's
Yeah.
a great player. Yeah, he's a badass player. So yeah.
That's. I listened to the song.
It's funny because
Oh.
it's funny at that session because he is that that stuff. I suck at that. I realized that fast pump over there.
Right.
He was showing me it, and I'm like, man, I just could not. I can't. I'm sure I could do it.
I was,
just gotta really
I was kind
practice
of
it.
wondering that because it's like, this doesn't sound like usual David Pastorius.
No,
I was
it's
like,
not.
I was wondering if it was kind of like a little challenge.
It
for
was
you.
that feel that film. I can't
Yeah.
even hum it, but it was like he does that shit like what's with a pick, blazing fast.
Right.
And I'm like, it's just a thing. It's muscle memory.
It's a style of
Yeah,
playing.
it's a style of playing. If you do it long enough, you learn it. But yeah, it was funny because they were laughing about it because all the stuff that I was doing, and they're like, "Can you do this?" And I'm like, "It sucks."
Because it seems more simpler than what you do. You know,
Yeah.
like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it's just not what you usually play.
You do what you're good at what you practice doing a lot. You know, and if you don't really do certain things like that, it's just like, you know, that shit kicked my ass.
Right.
That one little So yeah, it's, you know, and I would love to learn how to play that stuff, that with finger style, or maybe play with a pick a little bit, because pick players are awesome. I got nothing wrong. Like a lot of bass players, you'll see them talk shit about like this. Someone plays with a pick. I'm like, no, there's some great pick players out there.
Well, I mean, when my first band was a punk band, and we did play some covers with no effects,
Cool.
but there was that bass player that we had, Dave Roman, could do, that's what he did that all day long,
Awesome.
you know. But yeah, I was just wondering, I'm like, I've never seen Dave play this style, so
No.
this was pretty cool.
No.
Yeah. I was wondering that.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember doing a country gig. Country is not one of my kinds of music I really like, but trying to play some country, someone that kicked my ass. You know what I mean? Just learning feels and different things. It's like, you know, there's the talent and there's benefits to learning all styles.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I enjoy dabbling in a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You learn something from each one and get an appreciation for it.
Sure, it may not be your thing that you want to do, but just learning it a little bit, there's nothing wrong with that. Keep it in mind.
Yeah, definitely. Expand your horizons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally.
So now you do gigs. You tour with Local 518 and Pat Travers.
Yeah,
and do
I want
recordings
to be doing more with Local 518. I want to start trying to get that moving a little more. Like, you know, this year I'm trying to maybe do some shows opening for that would be a good idea too.
Oh, that probably would.
Talk about that. That would be a lot of fun. But yeah, no, but I tour mostly with Pat. Pat's like, actually, what's today? The 15th? Tomorrow will be 9 years that I'm playing with Pat.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd you meet Pat?
Okay, so after the Tech 9 gig ended, I remember being here, and at the time Tommy Craig was playing drums.
Okay. I remember Brendan telling me about Tommy Craig.
And I've known Tommy since I was like, okay, Tommy, when I joined my first band, Fleshy and Mutes, we had a warehouse. His band practiced in the warehouse, so that I'd see him. I was 17 when I knew Tommy.
Wow.
That's how long I know Tommy Craig.
Okay.
So, but anyways, flash forward, he's playing with Pat Travers. So when I found out, actually Rhonda, you know Rhonda Perez, Rhonda and Red, Blue Fusion?
Yes, I
Rhonda,
know that.
Rhonda called me and she was like, hey, just a heads up, Rodney's leaving because he's going to Foghat. So I mean, I remember calling Tom and I was like, Tom, I was like, get me a tryout with Pat. And he was like, oh, I'll talk to him. He's like, we're at a gig right now. When I seen him in the hotel this morning, I'll let him know. I was like, cool. And apparently Pat, it was funny because Pat told me that night when he came down, he watched the Jocko documentary that night.
He had, oh wow, that's like.
So when Tommy brought up, like, hey, I just got a call from David, he's wondering about trying out for you. Like, that's funny, I just watched this Jocko documentary. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
It's good timing.
So this is the funny thing is I remember going, I didn't know much about Pat. I knew his music. No, I didn't know his music. I knew his name, but I didn't know much about the music. So, but I just kind of assumed he's like a blues guy, kind of like an idiot, like without really listening to it. So I remember like 2 or 3 days before my first rehearsal, I was like, well, I'm gonna try to learn some of the stuff maybe.
Right.
And it's a lot more progressive and a lot more challenging than I thought it was gonna be.
Than actual blues.
So I was like, oh shit. So I remember learning a couple songs and just trying to learn just like 2 songs as good as I could. And it was awesome because when we got to rehearsal, Pat didn't even want to play any songs, he just wanted to jam. So I'm like, oh, that's right up my alley. So we just jammed and it worked out. And he was stoked, he was happy, which is good. I think that's a good way to gauge somebody that's supposed to play a song. Because Pat's a very jammy guy too. You know what I mean? He's very, and same with, which is now playing with me, Alex, and Pat in this band. Alex is also an amazing improv jam player.
I can imagine, so yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
So that was your audition.
That was
just
it, yeah.
Jamming.
Yeah, and then we started learning tunes after that. And he asked me if I wanted to do the gig. I'm like, yeah, of course. And then, my first gig with him, that was July 16th, whatever, 9 years ago. I just saw that. I was like, oh wow. But yeah, that was actually a scary gig though, because I thought I knew all the stuff, but I was like a deer in headlights. My first gig, I was like, oh my god, I was like forgetting everything the first show. But after that, I was fine. After that, I was fine. But yeah.
I think all first gigs are kind of like that.
But yeah, there's the thing when you do it enough, you start getting the comfort thing happening.
Right.
To the point where you know what all the changes are. You're not having to look at everybody.
Yeah,
and
you
wonder
just
what
feel it
changes.
anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's when you start really creating and doing stuff.
Yeah, you know where you are.
Exactly.
And you know where you can stick things in. And,
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, how exciting. Where was the first gig?
Ohio.
Okay.
I forget the name of the place, but someplace in Ohio. Which is another funny thing because I remember that the other crazy thing about that is when I got to my hotel that night, I just turned on the TV the night before the show, because we fly in the night before, and
Right.
the first thing that came up was the movie Valley Girl, which Pat has a song in.
No
In the
kidding.
80s with Nicolas Cage.
Oh, wow.
And it was the scene with Pat's song playing.
Oh, when you clicked
yeah,
onto
when I clicked
it.
on, I was like, what? It was crazy. Yeah.
And he had just seen Jocko's movie when you first
yeah,
met
all
him.
kinds of weird
That's
things
so
like
funny.
that. It's interesting.
It was
yeah.
meant to be.
Yeah, maybe 9 years, maybe. Yeah, that's cool.
How'd you meet Robert Trujillo from Metallica?
Robert's been. It's funny because like Robert was like originally my bass hero, and come to find out, I guess Jocko was his bass hero. Like he always said that. So it's kind
No
of,
way.
But
Wow.
my cousin Mary and John and Jocko's kids when he I think a while back, I'm not really sure because I don't know exactly when, but I know he saved the bass. He bought the Jocko's bass for the family, like saved it because they were gonna lose it, but he ended up saving it.
Robert Trujillo.
And then after that, I don't know. I think I started meeting him more when he was the documentary he did. He was putting that together. But,
Okay.
yeah, he ended up coming to the Kyle Bar in downtown Melbourne one night. We hung out down there and stuff. But yeah, but yeah, I met him through my cousins.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but
Very
yeah,
cool.
he's a really good dude. We still keep in touch too. He's
Still,
oh, yeah,
yes.
super cool. Yeah.
That's what Ricky said too.
Oh yeah, about Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
And
laid
Brad,
back,
yeah.
normal. Yeah, very cool guy. Very chill.
What is your? Do you have like most memorable show you've done, or a couple shows, or the place where you played that's most memorable, or?
I would say that my first show at Tech 9 was pretty ridiculous because that was like literally my first show with them was San Bernardino's. It was Knotfest. Opening like 2 bands before Slipknot that night. And it was like, I think it was like 60,000 people
Oh wow!
out there. So it was like my first time playing with Tech.
Oh my god!
And it was weird. It's like that many people. It almost seems like a movie screen. It's just weird. It's like they're not even there.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, what is it? Is it harder playing in front of like 60,000 people, or like what I'm used to, like just people in
It's
front
hard.
of you, like 50?
I really
people in front of
feel.
you.
First of all, I'm lucky because I'm kind of a shy person. But when it comes to like being up stage and playing, I'm not really shy with that. I don't really get nervous about it. But I get way more nervous if it's like less people. If I'm gonna get nervous, a big huge
Right.
group of people, it's not really as
Because it's so, and it's like I found too, like all the lights, it kind of blacks everything out.
yeah.
And you can't really see
Yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah.
so
There's just
yeah,
so
I can
many
see
people.
that. Yeah.
But like when you're in a place and it's like like 10 people in a bar,
And they're, like, staring at
when
you.
you stop playing, it's just like
It kind
feel
of
like-
freaks you out.
yeah,
right?
it's
So-
kinda weird. yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. It's like it's easier to play in front of tens of thousands of people than
Yeah.
20. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's cool though. I
Yeah.
like the playing with the Tech 9 thing was very cool. You're very separated from it though, as opposed to being in
That's true,
packed
there's not much
place.
interaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It feels way more. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's exciting, but I felt like being in like small clubs where it's like standing room only. I really like those shows too.
You like them,
I
yeah.
like those, yeah.
Because I've seen you like here like at Jonathan's and
Yeah.
Hunker and
Yeah,
stuff. And,
those are
yeah.
fun. Those
Yeah.
are cool. Yeah, especially if the band's good. It's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
yeah.
What kind of bass do you play? Do you stick to one kind of brand, or do you?
Well, the one I'm using now mainly for a while has been a Sandberg. It's a Sandberg bass, BM4 California. It's funny, I'm horrible with like technical stuff about my bass. And what kind of wood is that? What kind of this and that? I'm like, I just know it's a Sandberg. Yeah, BM4
I like that sound.
California. Yeah, exactly. I like the way it sounds. And then I have a signature bass, which is that this company Valkenburg made for me, which I really like too. It's got like a whammy bar. And then I just got another bass that I've been messing with for this guy. He wanted me to check out for a while. Gary Beers, he's the bassist for NXS.
Oh
He has
wow.
one.
Oh wow.
And it's funny because this was like, it was crazy because like maybe a month ago, I was out in California doing some shows with Pat, and he messaged me and he's like, hey, can I meet you before the show? And I'm like, sure. So I walked out front, and he's there, and he's like, hey, Gary, da da da. And I'm like, oh, cool, we're talking. He's like, hey, come on, you want to come out and check out these basses I make? And I'm like, all right, cool. So I went out. He's got like these 5 or 6 basses that are all awesome looking. Like we're playing, and he's like, do you want to take one? And I was like, I can't afford a bass. I can't afford a bass right now. And he's like, no, you want to just take one with you to try it out and see what you think of it and stuff like that. And I'm like, you sure you want to take it? He's like, yeah, take it home, post some videos with it. You know, I'm like, sure, I'll take one. So I picked one out, and then I was like, man, it plays awesome. It sounds awesome. I really like it. But anyway, so I didn't even know who he was though. So the next day I'm like looking his name up and I see Gary, bass at NXS. And then I look up and he's the original guy. Like he's the original guy. So I was like, yeah. So it's kind of cool to be talking with him and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, you know, NXS. That's
yeah. Did he let you keep it?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
What makes a good bass? Like what to you makes a good bass? Like that, how you like to play?
It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. I don't really know all that stuff, but I know. First off, for me, is like action. The way if nice. I like lower action. If you pick it up and you can see like so much space, it's like which you can fix on a bass. You can fix the action.
Yeah, just like guitar.
It helps to have it in the right when you first pick it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
yeah, and you feel it right away. I think there's really little things maybe where the pick guards are, or this or that, or the placement of stuff. I think it helps. Because there's certain things I notice I can do on like certain basses that I can't do on other ones. I don't know why it is.
Right. Yeah.
And it might be the level of like maybe the string between the string and the body on you know, when it's off. I don't know. But
Yeah,
there's all kinds
that's how
of
you feel.
things.
Yeah.
Certain basses you can just pick up and immediately.
And you're like,
it's weird.
right.
It's like this plays great.
How about as far as like bass amps go?
Lately, well, usually when I'm on the road, I do you get like a backline. So typically in the Rioter, we try to get like like the old refrigerator Ampeg cabinet. The
Right.
That's like my favorite.
Right.
But for the past like half a year maybe, I've been using this company called Ashen amps.
Okay.
They're awesome. It's
Passion
like
or Ashen?
ASHEN.
Okay.
Incredible amps. It's like the head's like this big. It's 1,000 watts, and I can literally just put the thing in my bass bag.
And then that's
Which is nice because now I have a consistent sound when I'm on the road.
right.
You know?
Instead of like
Instead
using
of
whatever
like
they
being at
have
the mercy of
is.
everybody's head, amp. So I got that, and then you plug it into the speakers. You know what I mean?
Right.
It sounds great. So like last week, I had it powered 2 8x10 Ampex. This little head.
Wow. 1,000 watts.
1,000 watts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh,
That
that's
sounded amazing, and I literally had it like up to like I think at like 2. For the
No
show.
way,
It's
really?
2 or 3, yeah. And I'm still too loud. I mean, all loud bass better, but yeah, it was loud. You could definitely hear me. It was good though, but it was nice and clean, and it sounded good. The videos I saw from it sounded really nice, really good.
Do they even have to mic it?
Oh yeah, it goes to the
Yeah,
house.
yeah,
Yeah, because it was like an outdoor festival thing.
Oh yeah, so they gotta hear it. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get my head out of like Jonathan or you're out on big stages.
Yeah, but it's all
Yeah.
There's no better, no worse.
Yeah.
It's just different stuff.
Different,
you know?
yeah.
Like, you guys are awesome. You know what I mean? I've seen
thank
you
you.
guys kill
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, and that's a lot too. That's a totally different thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Yeah. Like when I said, you sent me the list, I was like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. That's a list of songs. That's a lot of songs. Which, it would be cool. Which would be cool to play sometime if you ever need a bass player. But I'm just like, the time to rehearse a lot of these stuff would be like.
Yeah, and you travel a lot too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But the funny thing is, there's a lot of songs I already know too. But yeah.
Really?
You guys,
Okay.
But you guys got a very big, pick of songs. It's crazy. But you said you don't play them all every night, all right?
No, it kind of we have to have that variety because
Yeah.
depending where we go, some places want different stuff or the crowd might
And that's
call for
cool
a
because
different thing.
you're ready for every venue like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and we've kind of learned that over time.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I think we need more of this. So then we'll start wanting some of this, and then we're like, oh, I think we need much more of this. So we start wanting this. So that's kind of how that developed over many years.
Have you guys recorded anything with Pat? With that group at Brennan's?
I do have a CD of original stuff that I recorded with this band, but back in like 2013, 14 or whatever, that's it. And I made it with Brendan at Studio 101.
Yeah.
That
sucks that that's not there anymore.
I know. I missed that.
Because I recorded
so much.
basically everything there.
Yeah.
Everything that's,
I mean, I would see you there all the time when I was in and out.
Brendan's probably partially responsible for me getting the Tech 9 gig in the first place. It was
Really?
funny because I remember I had this idea. I've been a huge Tech Nine fan my whole life, and I literally felt like his vocal like inspired my bass playing a little bit. 'Cause he's very, you know what I mean? It's very like double time, like fast over the beat. And but I had an idea. I told Brendan about that. I wanted to cover a song with Follow His Voice on the bass, mimic his voice. And he was like, "Oh, that's a cool idea." So I remember I was hanging out with Brendan somewhere one day, and he was like, "Let's do that tonight. I got time." He's like, "Why don't you come by the studio?" And I was being lazy. I was like, "I want to go out and do something tonight." And he was like, "That's cool." He's like, "Go out and do something, or stay with me and maybe change your life." And when he said it, I was just
said
like,
that?
he literally said that. He literally
Wow.
said that. And I was like, I started thinking, I was like, I'm just gonna go try it. I'm gonna do it. And it was crazy because I did that. Next thing you know, it's like I showed it to Robert Trujillo, who loved it, and he's like, "You got to do a video for it." So me and Brendan and I made that video for it. And then next thing I know, like a month later, I look and I see Tech Nine sharing my stuff on his Facebook
Oh,
page.
wow.
And I was like, "Wow, oh, that's cool." And then Travis O'Gwen, the president, called me and said, "We're doing a tour. We're putting a band together. You want to play bass?" And I was like, "Yeah." So yeah, but I'm telling you, Brendan kind of pushed me.
That turning point that night.
Yeah.
Like, you
It
can
was
do
pretty
something
cool.
different. Wow, that's really interesting story.
Yeah.
And then that's hype. That's so cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Brendan's awesome.
Yeah, and a lot of these interviews I have done, Brendan has influenced either had me meet these people or influenced.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
which is he keeps coming up and it's
That's awesome.
thank you, Brendan.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very cool stories. So, so what do you do? Do you still have to like sit at home and practice, or do you just like play enough? Or like, how do you develop? Like, you just play with different people?
I feel like there's a difference in practicing. Like I practice. Typically, when I pick up the bass, I play a lot. When I pick up the bass, I'm always trying to make stuff up, or come up, as opposed to sitting down and actually practicing. Like, which I should do more of that. But typically, it's just picking up the bass. And
I've seen your videos online and stuff.
And coming up with new ideas or new things, or maybe if I have to practice some songs to learn, then maybe that kind of practice. But as far as like scale running and doing this and that, I don't really do enough of that, which is good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I have to. I wish I had. I really want to do that more too. Yeah.
It just gets boring. I got a short attention span, which is a blessing too. A short attention span for me, it's been because I've always said it's like I have the ability to like even like say Victor Root and these guys. I remember trying to learn Victor Root stuff and learning enough to get the gist of it, but then immediately getting bored of learning the whole thing exactly and taking it and applying it my way to something.
Okay, so you kind of pick from.
Yeah, exactly. It's not because there's people out there that can mimic and play everything perfectly as someone else's. But I think the short attention span is maybe like, okay, I'm getting kind of bored with this, but I'm going to take this and try to come up with new ideas with this.
Right.
That kind of thing.
And you kind of make that your own.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you write stuff for other people? Or do you write stuff that...
Yeah, a lot of stuff, like the local 518 albums. I mean, a lot of that, I mean, of course, everyone contributed, but a lot of those songs I wrote.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Right.
And I remember, it's funny, like the second album, a lot of that was written on this toy ukulele guitar that I had at the time. Yeah, I remember just sitting on the couch at night coming up with all the different parts kind of thing.
How cool.
Yeah, it just worked. Yeah.
Gives it a different twist to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you guys still do the jams at Pineapples?
Yeah, it's funny. We didn't do one this month, and we might not be able to do one next month. Al's going to do it, but I think he's going to have to find a replacement because we're pretty busy with that.
Oh, you guys are...
Yeah, so, and then next week we're going out for 4 shows, so we're not going to be here. But, yeah.
That's a really cool jam. It's like on Thursdays, once a
Yeah,
month?
once a month, yeah. Yeah, I think in August, September we'll probably be doing it. But yeah,
Okay.
it's a good time.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
But I do think Al's doing it this month, but he's going to
Okay.
have some replacement.
Some other people.
But anyway, people should come out and jam,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that was a
it's
really
definitely
cool jam.
It's a cool spot.
Yeah, it's like very central.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So if you were to give advice for some up and coming kids or up and coming new bass players, what would you say would be the route? Like, go get lessons, kind of try stuff on your own, or
I would
is
say,
it?
I would say there's a route to, there's a route to either one of those.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If you want to go get lessons, go get lessons. If you want to just sit in your room and play, there's definitely an advantage to that too.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong doing both. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would just say keep an open mind, a really open mind
Mhm.
about music. And a lot of like it's funny because when you're younger, it's good. I feel like the concept of I'm better than this is maybe good when you're younger to push yourself to play more and
Mhm.
get better on your instrument. This is, you know, if you
Right.
looked at music that way, but it's really not that way. So that's like, as I've gotten older, I realized I probably focused too much when I was younger on trying to be faster than this, or do this,
Like,
really.
beat
And
yourself, yeah.
as the older I get, I'm trying to learn to slow down a little bit and
Mhm.
play more meaningful notes as opposed to just barrages of notes, which I love doing. I'm not saying
Right.
I'm talking shit right now, but I still play the way I play. But I am trying to focus more on trying to, especially learning modes. That's a good thing.
Mhm.
Like getting more melodic.
Mhm. Right.
Things like that. So, but I would say just focus less. Don't focus so much on being better than. Just focus on playing music.
Right.
You know?
Making it sound good for
Yeah,
what it is.
as opposed to
Yeah.
making it a competition.
Right.
Because there's a lot of horrible music that's been made because people view it as competition, in my opinion. You know,
Right.
there's a lot of
Well,
music I hear and I'm like, they're incredible playing, but I'm like, ugh, I would never. I don't want to sit there and listen to it. You know?
just because you have a lot of notes or you're playing
Yeah.
super fast doesn't mean it's necessarily
It doesn't
it's
mean
quality.
good. But and again, it's just all opinion. It's all
Mhm.
subjective. So if
Mhm.
someone loves it,
Right.
they love it. You know, and that's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, just try to be choosy.
Exactly.
Use it when you need it and know
Yeah.
when to use it and when not to. I
Mhm.
guess is
Yeah, sure.
what
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, very cool. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did I see you teach bass too? Or-
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I give bass lessons. I do most of the lessons are online that I do. But if someone lives locally and they want to do it in person, I do them in person too.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they can just message me on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever, or email. But I'm always posting about them on my Facebook page too.
I think I've seen some of
Yeah.
them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your Facebook is David Pastorius, Instagram is David Pastorius.
David Pastorius.
Okay. So you all can look him up and
Yeah, absolutely.
see when he's playing, where he's playing,
Yep.
his little solo jam sessions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really cool stuff. Anything you want to add before we?
I can't really think too much. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always wanted to hear your background and stuff. So
Yeah.
thanks for giving me the
Yeah,
opportunity.
no problem.
And everybody else too. Thank you. Well, thank you, David Pastorius, our special guest with Everything Music with Karalyn. And we'll see y'all next time.